Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Royale tournament. It is officially underway as of about a day ago, so I'm a little bit late to covering it today. Usually I like to get it done on the very first day that it's out and upload a video early for you guys, but hopefully still early enough in the tournament to the point where I can share some of the best decks, and hopefully you guys haven't played too much yet, so if you would like a second opinion or more, decks to use, I can be the source for you today. Now I'm currently at 3 wins. I tried to make this video just now, and I got destroyed on my other account. I got countered to the end of my life. Now I don't want to make excuses. I also could have played better, but I legit got some very frustrating matchups, and it was just not very fun to play. So hopefully this one will be a little bit better than last time. I'm also 15-0 on my other account with 3.0 Expo cycle, which is important because I actually want to upgrade my badge on this one, so I'm really looking forward to trying to do that. We are at 3 wins right now. Going to be showing you guys 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks to play in the tournament. Disclaimer, this is not going to be the 5 be-all, end-all best decks to use. It's going to be, in my opinion, 5 very solid decks that do have a good chance in the meta and should give you a decent shot if you are accustomed to playing with them. So before we get started, a little shout out to RoyaleAPI.com. Very happy to say I'm an official Royale API partner. Royale API is one of the biggest data analytics websites in the entire world for Clash Royale. In fact, I think it is the biggest one. And you can really find anything you need there, whether it's decks, players, cards, stats, anything. Royale API is your best bet. So all these decks have been vetted by Royale API. And yeah, we're going to be getting into the games today. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get right into things. Like and subscribe if you do enjoy. So first deck we have Hog EQ. Now I'm on my mini account right now, which means I don't have every champion unlocked, so we do actually play with the Mighty Miner in here, but we are playing Hog EQ for the first deck here, and it's going to be a very solid deck. Hog EQ literally never dies. It's always very solid, and the most recent version right now does have the Firecracker in here, because Firecracker did get a hidden little buff. Not really hidden, but they buffed her first hit speed to always be 0.55 seconds, or rather they buffed it to 0.55 seconds to the point where it'll always get a hit, even if it's on 1 HP, so that is honestly really good, because Firecracker is just a very annoying card overall, and she's actually very solid right now. So most recent version of Hog EQ did sub the Musketeer out for the Firecracker. Now, Goblins are interchangeable with either guards or skeletons, up to you. They did just get nerfed, but in my opinion, the nerf really didn't do anything because they're still very solid. Mighty Miner is a very solid champion, and then we have the Bomb Tower, one of the best defensive buildings in the whole game. Again, Hog EQ really never dies, so no matter what meta you're in, chances are a deck of this variant will do well. So yeah, or rather a variant of this archetype will always do well. Found our first game against Gentil Farfadet. Gonna give the good luck, and Goblin is at the bridge first play to start things out. Goes for a Princess. Very interesting placement there. Just gonna Mighty the back to match it. And in fact, I think I actually messed up my Mighty, because that Princess is gonna get 1 hit on my tower, but I'm gonna let it go because if he has like log bait or something, yeah, I don't want to log cycle into nothing. So Mighty Miner is going to take this Princess out, and then I can actually hog once it crosses the bridge and is tanking for my Hog Rider. So going to go for that right now. He is going to go for a Prince. I'm actually going to EQ, just to take care of those Spear Goblins, and Hog's going to get a bunch of hits on the tower, so very nice stuff there. Then I can just Goblins the middle for this Prince. Does go for a Dart Goblin. Gonna get back to my Mighty right on top of the Dark Goblin, I think, and then just take it out, and then also defend the Prince. So nice little defense there. And I can actually go in again, I think, because what's he gonna do? If he goes Rascals, I can go for the ability and take them out, although I don't think I'm gonna do that. In fact, I don't think it would have been worth it, because I actually don't think it would have taken the Rascals out at all. Gonna ignore the Rascal Girl rather on the right, and just Firecracker for the Rascal Girl plus Boy on the left, and that's gonna full defend for the most part. I mean, the Boy will get some chip, but that's fine. He's actually playing Wall Breaker. It's very interesting. If he goes for a barrel, I can simply Goblins for it. Don't think I was early enough, but yeah, if you're early enough, you can actually defend that. But as you guys can see, Firecracker always gets a hit now. Before, I don't think should have gotten a hit in that situation, actually. So really nice, really annoying for opponents, and really good for any Firecracker players out there. Gonna ESpirit for all of this, and then just once again Hog, because he really has no good Hog counters in this deck. I mean, he has Prince, he has Rascals, but what are they good for? Not really much at all. And that, like, honestly, this is just really easy so far. So Firecracker is gonna take out both of the Rascal Girls very easily. Gonna Mighty just to protect my tower a little bit here. And then if he goes for anything, I can start EQ cycling. That's just going to EQ cycle. He has a good game. I actually do agree. I think it is literally a good game right now. I don't think he can do anything. Going to Goblin just for this Prince, maybe retarget. Okay, didn't work out, but still. Going to Hog. just to pressure a bit, and then EQ for whatever he plays, plus kill the princess. So double EQs does take the princess out, and we get a hog hit. Gonna ESpirit to predict the princess at the bridge. Did not get it down, but that's fine. I'm gonna bomb tower in the middle right now. First time I've really used the bomb tower all game. Then I can just firecracker for this princess. And those goblins will actually take tower unless he responds, which he does have to with the wall breaker. It's gonna hog to pressure opposite right now. Then just ESpirit to hold this prince in place. And my opponent's just in a world of trouble right now. Gonna pre-log again on those goblins and hover my goblins for his barrel. He does switch lanes, so I don't think I got the timing down again, but guys, if you do get the timing down perfectly on that goblin's placement at the back, it will full counter the goblin barrel. So useful little tip there. I see Riley do it all the time, so it definitely can be done. I'm just not really much of a goblins player, but nice first win, very easy matchup. Hog EQ does that. It does well against almost every matchup. And yeah, very solid deck in any meta. Next up we have this deck, the Remy Ellie Minor Wallbreakers deck. Gonna upgrade these Wallbreakers right now, in fact. Ruining my lucky star point number because it was 1111 before. It's gonna go up now, but this deck always does well in the hands of Remy, and he finished number 1 in the world last season, if that tells you anything. Like, it's legit a very solid deck, and I do think this deck is a bit overrated in terms of skill. I think it's definitely a pretty highly skilled deck. It does require a lot to play, but it's definitely a lot more overrated than people, or than I think, at least. I think people seem to think it's like, oh, godlike, you have to play so well, but honestly, Marcher is very broken. A lot of top players, including Riley, do think Marcher needs a nerf, and Marcher carries this deck, because you have the solid defense, you have the Knight, Bomb Tower, Spears, Log, NATO. That combination can defend literally anything in the game, even a Lava Hound push to some extent. Then you have the Minor Wallbreakers for solid cheap pressure, and lastly you have the Marcher as a win con and a defensive utility, because Marcher at the bridge is a very solid win con, believe it or not. So we're going to be playing a game with this deck right now, and hopefully I can show you guys what I mean with how solid this deck is. So final game against Emily 3001. Gonna give him or her the good luck, and then just Spear Goblins the bridge to start things out. Very safe, decent starting play. Does go Baby Dragon. I'm just gonna Marcher down low to take the Baby Dragon out. Baby Dragon could be a bunch of things. Could be Splash Yard, could be Golem, could really be anything. I'm gonna split my wall breakers right now and protect this Marcher a bit. And then let's see how he responds. He does go for the healer. Okay, so it's gonna be Eagle. Now this looks really bad actually, but I think I should be fine if I defend this well. So I'm gonna go Knight down low, NATO everything back, I think, and then log for those blobs. And as I said, pretty clean defense actually. We are fine. We are totally fine. And he should be low on elixir, so I'm actually gonna go for a Minor Wallbreaker's Punish right now. Let's see if he can even respond to this. He might have arrows in the deck. Heal Spirit NATO does not do the trick. Terrible play, and that's going to be a huge punish. So nice punish. As you guys can see, for only 5 elixir, my opponent literally spent 4 as well. If you don't have the right little like hand or sequence of cards, you can't defend that very well, and you're going to get screwed. So very broken push, and very nice defense there. As you guys can see, Bomb Tower is pretty clutch. It's in quite a few of our decks today, so very clutch card. Gonna march to the back. He might have given up. I hope he did. Or I guess I hope he didn't, so I can show you guys more of how to defend with this deck, but he legit might have just given up after that happened. I think he unfortunately did, guys. I might just play another game with this deck, because honestly it's very fun to play. I might play 6 games instead of 5 today, because I don't think this one really counted. I mean, my opponent, I don't know what he was really doing, but he just went so aggressive early on. I guess all E-Golem players are like that, and didn't work out, and then as soon as it didn't work out, he just gave up. Just spammed and then gave up. Pretty funny, but let's just take the 3 crown. I will play one more because I do really enjoy playing this deck actually. I've been playing it quite a bit recently, not as much as I'd like to be, but just sometimes, and it's been very fun for sure. So, you know, definitely gonna give it more of a shot. So let's play one more, because I really don't think that game really counted, to be honest. I hope I don't live to regret that, but I really think it should be fine, because this deck, if you play well, can beat literally anything in the game. Okay, Devin GS 2003. Gonna give the good luck, and let's see if he's playing Golem, as his card banners seem to suggest. Split Wallbreakers right now. That's gonna be one connection in the right. Nice connection there. Okay, pump. I'm gonna Minor Spears. Minor for the pump, and then Spears just to pressure. And Minor will take that pump almost out. Okay, no, he actually goes for a really nice NATO. So this is a problem, guys, because Golem pump, I don't actually have anything to defend the pump. I only have a Minor. So this is looking bad right now. I'm going to Wallbreakers to pressure, but I have to defend this somehow. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. So wall breakers will pressure. Bad lumberjack. Oh, terrible lumberjack. That actually might be my saving grace, because that was such a bad lumberjack. I just might be in this game, because he not only wasted the lumberjack, but I still got both my wall breakers to connect. Gonna marcher for that skelly drag right now. And then the other tower should help against the other skelly drag. Yep. And I can actually activate king off this golem, I believe, so I'm going to do that right now. NATO and activate king. Nice NATO, and that's going to be a very clutch situation. I'm going to go for the minor spears once more. And even wall breakers, I think. Or do I want wall breakers? Yeah, I'm going to wall breakers too. I need to pressure right now. Yeah, I think he does have bar barrel and cycle, but it shouldn't be enough. Nice, nice. That's a lot of damage. That's exactly what I needed. So I'm down a lot of elixir right now, but I have an activated king, and his tower's basically down. So I think this deck is definitely well equipped to defend when down elixir. He goes golem again, and I'm down like... I was down like 3, and he has like 4 in that pump, so I'm down like 7 right now. This is not good, but again, I do have faith in this deck, especially with the activated king. So I'm going to go for a bomb tower right now. Then I can like marcher NATO. I'm going to marcher right now, and if he goes like... Skelly Drags, I'm going to NATO them all in. Healer is annoying, wow. People are really playing healer in this deck right now. Let's see how I want to do this. I think I NATO everything back, log as well, and then knight off to the side, and then miner on defense as well to protect my spears. And I'm just getting a ton of value. That was a really clean defense, wow. Really nice defense against golem. And that's pretty much how you do it. Gonna marcher for this E-Drag right now. And then wall breakers the bridge. Just to pressure, and whatever he does, I can maybe get a Marcher NATO lined up to take tower, unless he lets that wallbreaker lock on, which of course he does. And Marcher is going to take tower anyways, because my opponent really messed up. So that was a really clutch game, guys, honestly. Now that was what I wanted to show this deck off for. We're going to bomb tower right here to kind of explode on the skeleton dragons, and then NATO them back as well. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. Actually, the bomb didn't really do anything, but my idea was to hopefully get them into the bomb's radius, but still, that was a very clean game. GG, very happy with that one, and I think that was honestly how this deck's meant to be played. I was down a lot. He did do a good job of protecting his pumps, but I punished very well, and that defense was immaculate against that one golem push. I actually really liked that one, so I'm proud of that one, you know. Nice defense there. So nice win against golem. That is a better exemplification of how to play that deck. And let's move on to RG. So as I said, guys, I'm on a mini. I don't have Mother Witch or Phoenix, unfortunately, so I've substituted them with these two cards. I'm not saying you should substitute that. In terms of other substitutions, though, in terms of the Hog EQ deck, you can just play Valkyr Knight in place of Mighty. In RG, I really don't think you can substitute, because RG is the kind of deck... I mean, you can play, like, you know, Ghost. Instead of Mother Witch and Phoenix, you can play, like, Zappies, I guess, Hunter. But, I mean, the deck does have... the cards for a reason, right? Like, these are some of the best cards, and this is a deck that does really well. RG is another archetype that doesn't really need an introduction. It's always doing well in the meta, no matter what. Like, you can always see an RG deck doing well at the top, and, I mean, there's two versions right now, RG Skelly King and RG Monk. I personally find RG Monk easier to play and better suited for my playstyle, so that's why I'm recommending it to you guys. RG Skelly King is actually what I played on my other account. I got 2 straight losses with it, because I got countered, and then I also played badly against Golem, but that's besides the point. Into our next match here against Watchpoint. I did see the Skeleton King tombstone on his profile. I hope he's playing Graveyard, because I do have the Mother Witch. That's going to be very helpful. Phoenix comes down. I'll match it with my own Phoenix, I guess. One Goblin gets a stab on the tower. And so Splash Yard would be a pretty good matchup for me, I think. We do see the tombstone. Okay, wow, that was a really bad Graveyard. I'm actually just going to Mother Witch to punish that right now. And he's going to be in a lot of trouble there, because this is going to be a ton of Cursed Hogs coming down. And then I'm going to RG opposite, because he's in a lot of trouble right now. Like, a lot. Those Cursed Hogs are going to town on the left. And I think he just lost, honestly. Like, I really think he just lost. Gonna Fisherman this Ice Whiz away. I could have also gone Fireball, but I think Fisherman is better, because it will be a counter push as well. And I was expecting, like, a Skeleton King, actually, so... Okay, thankfully, guys, he doesn't give up, which is good, because I actually did not want to just win in single, like that Minor Wallbreakers game. I'm going to Goblins. I think he has Bar Barrel. Oh, he doesn't have Bar Barrel and Cycle, right? He just went Bar Barrel for my Cursed Hog. So actually nice punish there. And yeah, really, really nice lead. Just, again, I don't know what that Graveyard was about. Maybe he was nervous. Maybe he misclicked. Whatever it was, it kind of lost in the game right there. Skeleton ability is no concern whatsoever. I can just log everything back. In fact, I'm not sure why he even went for that ability. And I'm going to go for my own ability right now. Just get to like 200 damage worth of chip. Goes for a NATO, but messes it up, so nice to get... Okay, that's like 100 damage, I guess, but still, damage is damage. And now I'm going to RG the back. And my opponent is just on tilt pretty much. Like, the momentum is not in his favor at all. If he ever goes graveyard, I just go Mother Witch and he kind of loses, so I don't really know what he's doing. Maybe he gave up? Nope, he didn't give up. He just downed so much elixir. Because he went Phoenix so late. He went Phoenix like 3 elixir after I went for my RG, so that means he's down like 3, I think. Going to Phoenix and Mother Witch, just to defend. Goblins for the Barbell as well. And then log everything back too. And that's going to be a decent counter push. Cursed Hog going to put in work. Goblins too, if he doesn't respond. That's almost tower down right there, so... My opponent is just hurting right now. Gonna RG the back. Oh wait, that was a monk. My bad. Misclick. Still should be fine. If he goes like Phoenix Graveyard, I can just go Phoenix and Mother Witch, respectively. And so, yeah, I don't know what my opponent really plans to do here, but it doesn't look good for him right now. Gonna Phoenix for that. Fisherman for a Skeleton King. Fireball the Ice Whiz. He does not even Tombstone, which means he can't even defend this. He does Tombstone late, but it is too little too late. That's going to be tower down because that is log range, and I hope he gives up so I can take the second tower, but let's see if he actually does or not. Going to try and take the second tower because crowns do matter in this format. Okay, he's not going to let me have it. Or is he? Well, no, he's not. Unfortunately, that bar barrel kind of screwed me. Wait. Oh, no, so close. Okay, that was unfortunate, guys. I wanted the second crown because if you guys didn't know, crowns matter a lot in this format. Because they are the tiebreaker for top 1k. I'll show you an example right now. I get this comment all the time whenever I talk about crowns in the GT, but look at this for example. Number 1 and number 2, Easy has 40 crowns, whereas Planet has 36, which means Easy is first. That's all it really is. More crowns mean you got the tiebreaker done, and that's very useful. So I'm going to get my mastery right there. Nice win with RG Monk. Let's move on. So far this is a lot smoother than my other video, or other attempt rather. We have E-Giant right now. And again, some substitutions here. Not that I would say actually make the substitutions. We do have the Golden Knight, obviously. E-Giant does not work without Golden Knight. And then we have the Phoenix as well. This deck also, I feel like, doesn't really need an introduction. This deck has been everywhere. If you guys have been playing the game at all in the last few months, you'll probably recognize this deck because it's so popular. And so just E-Giant Golden Knight just does very well. You know, E-Giant Lightning kind of goes crazy. And it's just been very popular because you have a very solid defensive core. You can win against almost everything because you have, you know, the Phoenix, the Cannon, the Bomber, and the Tornado. You do pretty well against most things. I do expect to see either Golem or E-Golem after seeing Skeleton Dragons right now, so let's see what it is going to be. Golem should be pretty good for me, I think. Zappies is not a good sign, though. Yikes, I'm going to Lightning them, and I don't really see a better play, but Skelly Drags, okay, I don't know what the... Okay, it's going to be Graveyard. That's going to be a really bad matchup, I think, for E-Giant, guys. So not looking good right now. Not looking good at all. He might Graveyard right now, and he does. Gonna Cannon, and then Barbarrel once he freezes. Or hopefully, anyways. And then Golden Knight for the Rascal Girls, because... Okay, one of them is on tower. That is not what I want. Gonna Golden Knight ability just to get the tower connection, but... I do not like the look of this, guys. This looks like a really tough one. It looks like it's going to be Graveyard Freeze. And I don't really see how I can do this one. But I'll try my best. If he has a Goblin Hut, that's going to be very annoying, but he may not. I think I have to respond to this. I'm going to respond to it, I guess. That's so annoying. That would have been like 2 hits, maybe, which I did not want to take, so just kind of had to respond to that. Skelly Drag should get taken out, or... No, they will not at all. Actually, I don't know why I said that, but they'll get slightly taken out. I can just sacrifice a Bomber here, I guess. And then I don't see what else to do other than E-Giant the back. If he has a Goblin Hut, now's the time for him to go for it, so let's find out. And he goes for a Barbarrel, I'll ignore that. Tombstone, okay, that's actually annoying, but I can actually cannon that, so not that bad. I'm actually going to do that, because Tombstone is annoying for E-Giant. I'm going to take it out while I can. And then this might actually be tower-ish. Gonna NATO, or ability rather, and then that's going to be a crazy Golden Knight dash. And that's going to be a lot of value, and that E-Giant is going to connect to tower, so that is very clutch. I'm actually going to Lightning, I think, because why not, right? Might as well maximize this E-Giant connection. And that is so clutch. Wow, we get a huge connection. The bad news is that I'm down a lot of elixir right now, but the good news is that was a huge connection, and I can maybe get something done here. Gonna Bomber plus Golden Knight, and he actually has Poison, not Freeze, which is huge, wow. Because Freeze would have been a pain, but Poison is actually very manageable. So I think we actually are fine, guys. I'm going to... go for a GK NATO right here. Okay, that was a epic fail. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Don't mind that. I'll Bomber for this, and then, or rather Barbarrel for that, and then Bomber for the Graveyard. I actually do just have to win by Lightning cycling right now, so I'm going to try and do that. I will Golden Knight for this, because yeah, he's going to go ability in a sec. Let's pop the ability, and hopefully it does a decent amount of work. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. That's actually a lot of work. Then I can just Lightning that. I'm doing okay. I think I need 2 more Lightnings, probably, so it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. He's going to Graveyard. I'm going to pre-Phoenix for the Graveyard. Yeah, nice Phoenix. Even if he poisons, that's not really going to do too much. And I can actually just go for 2 Nados, I think, and a Lightning. So I'm going to Nado number 1 right now. Lightning does 317, and I believe Nado does enough, so... I will GK. And then dash. Cannon as well. And then that's actually a pretty clean defense, actually, because I can bar barrel this. Bomber. Phoenix, and then I'm back to a cannon for the Graveyard, so I'm actually doing well. I think I'm doing fine. I believe this should be enough, right? Nado does 58, yeah, 58 plus 315, or 317 is definitely enough. I just have to not get Lightning blocked right now, so I'm kind of wary of that. But let's see. Okay, gonna Lightning right now. We don't think he's gonna expect it, and that's gonna be GG. Nice win against Graveyard. I honestly don't think that was a great matchup for me. I just got a really nice connection with that E-Giant push, and I'm so happy I did, because yeah, that kind of matchup is tough. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of a tough matchup. He has Zappies, he has Tombstone, really good defenses. It's just that, thankfully, he didn't play the best, and this deck does have outplay potential, believe it or not. You also have the GK Nado, like, he had Rascals, Zappies, GK Nado was able to destroy those, and if I was not in as good a position as I was, I could have maybe leaned on it a bit more to get that done. But very happy with that win. Let's move on to the final deck. It wouldn't be a SK video if I didn't have Xbow. We are playing through for an Xbow cycle now. I'm playing with ESpirit because I do think ESpirit is better in the current meta. Number 1, ESpirit was unfortunately buffed. Kind of sad because I love ESpirit. Don't like to see it getting nerfed. Or nerfed, rather. I said buffed. It was nerfed by 0.1 second of freeze time, I think. Number 2, there's a lot more Night Witch in the meta right now, and I think that ESpirit is kind of useful against that. Now, I think that's going to be Splash Yard. So, I'm going to let this go, and I'm actually going to Knight to maybe get a small lock with this Xbow. Tiny lock, not that much, but something at least, and then I can... ESpirit, that was a really bad Graveyard. I don't know what that was supposed to accomplish, because unless this Baby Dragon takes these archers out, which it doesn't, that was a really bad Graveyard. I mean, it worked out, but I don't think it was really worth it, and now I can definitely go in again, and I will, because he should be low on Elixir after that, and Splash Yard should be a really decent matchup for me. Gonna Knight for the Ice Wiz. I suspect he's gonna Ice Wiz. Nice, good catch. Now he might Bar Barrel, so I'm gonna get ready to ESpirit plus Log. The Bar Barrel plus the Ice Wizard. Very nice plays. That's gonna be a lock unless he goes Tombstone in time, which even if he does, that's just gonna stall his demise a little bit longer. So nice lock. That's pretty much good game. I'm gonna Skeletons for the Baby Dragon. I don't think it's gonna kite though, but yeah, decent enough play. And now all he has in hand is a Tombstone. So I'm going to Xbow at 6, just because he has a kind of awkward hand right now. He might be back to a Knight, but his hand is definitely awkward, so he's in a bit of trouble. Once again, I'm going to Knight for the Ice Wiz, predicting that right now. And then he has to Ice Wiz. He goes Nado, messed up the Nado, gives a good game. I can't tell if that was a give up good game or the fact that he misplayed and now calls it good game, but either way, that was a big misplay because that's going to be a lot of damage. Wasted Nado, useless Tornado, and that is going to be a good game. Now, this is a really good matchup for me. Granted, he does have the Knight, which doesn't make it free. It makes it good. Like, I'd say like 60-40, I guess. Normally, Knight is like 50-50 sometimes, in my opinion, sometimes. But I do have ESpirit as well, which is helpful because ESpirit's good against Graveyard. It's worse on defense against his troops, but better against the Graveyard itself. So, gonna Expo right now. Just divert his attention a bit, and that's going to be tower down. So he has to go in, all in with his push right now, and he can't actually afford a poison right away. So instead he elects to Nado. I'm just going to ESpirit to clean up the Graveyard, and then Fireball all of that, and then Tesla for this Baby Dragon, and that's going to be GG, because even if he goes in, Xbow's sort of helping out. I mean, I don't think the Xbow here has that much range. Yeah, it doesn't have too much range, but still kind of helping out. You're going to bridge block the Knight here. Very common trend against Graveyard. You just bridge block to not let their tank cross the bridge. He messes up the poison. Gonna ESpirit, and then he's gonna Nado in a sec, so I'm gonna log just to make sure I don't take any extra hits unnecessarily. And that is going to be GG. Just for fun, guys, this is a fun little Expo placement that you can use against the Graveyard, where it will only target the Graveyard Skeletons and not his troops. Oh, I don't think it's very useful, because you do want to target the troops as well, but it is useful if all you're caring about is defense, and you just want to kind of flex a bit. So that's going to be it. I'm actually going to go for one more, because we're 1 off 10-0. complete parallel to my 10 and 5 on Legendary Pop. Yikes, that is disgusting, but you're going to go for one more with Xbow, just because why not? We're already one off, and I mean, I guess I'm going to get 7 games in today, but honestly, kind of a nice video. Doing much better than the other one, thank God. But going to ESpirit right now. Start things out. Very nice play. Also, because ESpirit, they are usually tempted to activate King, which means you can find out what they have. I'm going to Xbow. If this is Lumberloon, I'll be in a bit of trouble, but should be fine. If he goes I-Drag right here. Goes E-Drag. I'm actually going to take the E-Drag out with Archers. This should be the perfect placement, I hope. Nice. So, as you guys can see, this placement of Archers does not get targeted by the Electro Dragon. Very clutch there. And now he might go Balloon, and I'm in a bit of trouble because I'm down a lot of Elixir, but I can Tesla Fireball. If he goes Lumberloon, then I'm definitely in trouble. Okay, he goes. There's a Lumberjack. Getting back to a Knight in a sec here. And then Knight over there. Tesla for this. And then I think I have to Fireball last second now, because he's probably going to freeze. So I'm going to hold on to my Fireball. Actually, that was really clean. Wow, I did not expect that to be defended as well as it was, but I guess I defended pretty well. I really thought that I was going to have to Fireball, because it looked like it was going to be too much to handle, but I guess it was fine. So, just like that, my opponent lost pretty much, so, you know, it's all good. Lumberloon, really easy matchup for this deck. Gonna stack Archers against the I-Drag. He could bowler the bridge and be annoying, but I can probably work around with, like, Skeletons for the I-Drag, Knight for the bowler, something of the sort. Okay, goes E-Drag. Goes for a NATO. I'm actually going to Xbow because he just went for 8. He actually should not have enough for a bowler right now. Yeah, he doesn't. Wow. So, nice little Elixir counting play there. If he goes Balloon, I will Tesla. If he doesn't go Balloon, I will activate King off this E-Drag. And that's going to be GG 100%. So, going to wait for one hit and then get ready into the rhythm of the attack. Second hit, as you guys can see, that if you watch me for a while, you'll know that that's what I always do against Electro Dragon. I love that play. Getting into the rhythm of the attack to make sure to don't mess up the hand activation timing, and that's going to be a free defense. He freezes, that's still not even going to be enough, because even if I didn't Fireball, that would have only been death damage. I just went to Fireball because I can afford to now, but I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to defensive Expo, and this game is going to be over, because he can't break through if I defend well. Now this Expo placement, by the way guys, is 1 over from the center, because I don't want him to be able to bypass with a Balloon bypass play, which is a thing, actually. So, gonna Knight up high. Hopefully the E-Drag gets taken out. Nice. Bowler's taken out as well. ESpirit Archers for this Balloon, and that's going to be a dead Balloon. I can go Xbow to predict the freeze, and he definitely can't do anything right now. I hope he gives up, in fact, so I can maybe get the 2 crown for my leaderboard placement is what I was trying to say. And then, unless he goes freeze right now, that should be it, right? So, gonna Fireball. And Skeletons as well. Nice, good Skeletons, barely caught in time. That's going to be GG. That's going to be 2 crowns. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Let's go. Flawless video, contrary to my last attempt, which was quite sad. I went 10 and 5. That's like the lowest I've ever done on Legendary Pop. That's actually really sad, because I have like 20 global tourney finishes on that account. I always do well on it, so kind of sad I got destroyed, but we are 10 and 0 on Keepsakes, 15 and 0 on SK555, and I plan on playing on at least 2 more accounts, so maybe even 3 if I have time, because I finally have time to play the GT now. Not really worried about bootcamp stuff anymore, but I kind of am actually, but that's unrelated. But yeah, 10 and 0, nice little start, and that's going to be it for the video, guys. So as I said, 5 of some of the best decks to play in the GT. Hopefully helped you guys out with examples of how to play every single one. Also very nice. I was playing Xbow earlier. Ooh, who did I lose to? Oh, I lost in the Ram challenge, but yeah, nice. I was playing 3.0 before, and then, you know, just Hog EQ, Minor Wall Breakers, RG, E-Giant, and Xbow, all very solid decks, all really useful, and I would definitely recommend you guys give them a try if you're looking for a deck. Again, all links will be in the description below if you're interested. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.